Hey everyone, Effie here. I'm back with another carton video featuring our new Christmas sweater stamp. This is our new 6x6 clear background stamp debuted in our November flash release. Since I'm going to be doing some heat embossing, I mounted that 6x6 stamp onto an acrylic block and inked it up with Versamark ink. And then I laid my A2 size gray card panel onto the stamp. Then I covered the area with a piece of scrap paper and I used my speedball Baron tool to push down on the stamp to get a nice even impression. Next, I poured on my white embossing powder and hit the whole thing with my heat tool to melt all of that gorgeous embossing. Next, I took this beautiful image from our Good Tidings cluster and I heat embossed it with our rose gold embossing powder, and then I colored in this beautiful poinsettia with zig markers. For this light pink, I'm using sugar almond pink. For the darker shaded area, I use peach pink, and then I use the light green for my holly leaves. For the holly berries, I just use the same peach pink that I used for the shading. For my card today, I chose a non-traditional holiday color palette. I just thought that the pink and the mint that's going to go on the holly leaves, it's just going to contrast very nicely to the white heat embossed background panel. You're going to see when I put it all together later on, it's going to come together very nicely. The images in our Good Tidings cluster are not that large, so it's very simple to color. I didn't do too much work with any blending. The only blending I did was in the actual poinsettia, but all the other elements I just kind of did one layer of color, and that was totally fine for my card today. Once I finished coloring, I took the coordinating die for our Good Tidings cluster and I die cut the image. Once I finished with the cluster, I took this label from our modern label set and I rose gold heat embossed it onto some regular cardstock. Once I hit the whole thing with my heat tool, I just used the coordinating die to cut the image out. Once I created my label, I set it aside because I will be stamping my sentiment on here. So I just set it aside and then I trimmed my Christmas sweater panel about a 1/4 inch at the top and right edges. Then I created a side folding A2 card base. Then I adhered my sweater panel onto the base. Next, I adhered the Good Tidings cluster right onto the label, and then I took the Merry Christmas sentiment from our holiday ornament set and I stamped it in our Hollywood Star dye ink. Next, I popped up the label onto the Christmas sweater panel with some dimensional foam tape, and then lastly, I embellished my card using our clear dewdrops in our 7 and 5mm sizes. That's it from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed my card and video. I'll see you next time.